But then they're not really demonetized because they still play ads on them. The whole thing is just so wacky. I don't even have fucking chat up or anything. I'm so unprepared. Just like nobody watching because of the Super Bowl.
We know who our real fans are.
Yeah. All three of them.
There's 4.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Pop out chat. There it is. Okay, what's happening, everybody? Thank you for joining us on this Super Bowl Sunday. We understand that we're asking a lot for you to come out and actually watch us instead of a bunch of sweaty guys beating each other up.
And touching in their butts.
Touch the butts. Touch the butts. Well, speaking of touching butts, welcome back to another episode of Overdose Vapes Obese Mode. It's number 57, and this is the New Kids on the Block edition.
Oh, no.
We call it Step by Step. The New Kids on the Block story. If there was not a documentary called Step by Step about New Kids on the Block, there should have been. So, anyways, yeah, but it's also my birthday, so I'm 37 today. Pretty excited about that. We had a really good day. Went to the Buddhist temple. We have a really cool Buddhist temple here. It's called the Temple of 10,000 Buddhas, and inside the actual temple where they pray and worship and everything, there's 10,000 Buddha statues. Like, they line the walls all the way to the ceiling. There's giant ones, there's little ones, there's all kinds of them, and they're neat. And all over like the property, which used to be a insane asylum, they have like peacocks that wander around. They have the old swimming pools are converted into koi ponds. It's just awesome. It's a really great place.
Sounds neat.
It is really neat, yeah. And so Panda had never been there before because, of course, she's new to the area. So we went and checked it out, and then we went and had dinner, and then we went and had a drink, and it was nice.
Listen to some New Kids on the Block.
The whole day, nothing but New Kids. That's what's going on in these headphones right now. You think that I'm listening to the show. It's just New Kids on the Block constantly.
He's just hanging tough, guys.
Is he damn right. So, yeah. So, hello, everybody in the chat. We got Joshua Babb, All Day Vape, Zach Johnson, John Mueller. John, I knew I could count on you. And Pete Goodwin. Fuck the Pats. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I don't like either one of these bastard teams out here. That was Pete Goodwin said that. Zach Johnson loves Insane Asylum. Zach Johnson knows what I'm talking about. Bones the Skater, what's happening? Glad to have you. Glad to have you.
Bones? That figures. I finally put some decent coils in the coil thing, and nobody's watching.
Is that kind of like when you watch a football game and you jinx it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch anymore.
Anytime I watch one of my teams play anything, they fucking lose.
Well, stop jinxing them. Don't watch them.
That's why I don't. I just stop. What's going on, Freddie? Good to have you. Alan Corby, TC Vapes, KBM Productions. What's happening?
That's what me and Nick was talking about earlier today, because Nick's a Philly fan, naturally, and I quit watching the Pats. I just quit watching because I found out several years ago that every time I watched, they would lose.
Yep.
But every time I didn't watch, they won. Like literally every time. I'm not blowing it out of proportion. It was literal. One year, it was the year that they played the Giants in the Super Bowl. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch just this once. They fucking lost the Super Bowl. I haven't watched the game since.
Yeah, now everybody's coming after their money, Eddie. That they bet on the game because you made them lose.
So thank you so much, everybody, for the birthday wishes. It means a lot. Appreciate it, you guys. You know, usually I don't like go in for birthday stuff a lot. It's just another day, and I think after 30, especially, it's just kind of like, what? Who gives a shit, right?
No, there's milestones after that. It's not a birthday.
You're right. I mean, 35 was a big one. I think 40 is a big one, obviously, but I'm not not super big into it, but Panda really wanted to do a lot of stuff. She made it really good. She made a great birthday for me, and she actually got me a bunch of presents before, like leading up to my birthday. She kept getting me stuff, and then I had one present that was supposed to be here, but it was late, so it's not gonna be here till tomorrow. And that's the new the 24 millimeter dot mod mech mod with the dot RDA, all red, looking all slick and shit. So I'm excited about that.
I love that RDA.
Oh, I know. Yeah, she already has one for her Squonk. She got the Squonk mod, and she hates the RDA, but I love it. It reminds me a lot of the Goon.
She needs to get the clear cap.
Yeah, definitely.
I heard that actually makes a whole lot of difference.
The Trinity cap, and they're cheap. Yeah. They're not even expensive at all.
They're under $30.
Yeah. They're like under 20 right now. They're like 13 bucks or something.
Gotta realize there's a Chinese New Year. People need to realize this too coming up. So get your orders into China now.
No, definitely, yeah.
Don't do any pre-orders, or you're not gonna get it.
KBN wants to know, when is the squonking trend going away? I have news for you, buddy. This is like the third time it's come around.
Squonking's been around for years.
Since before I vape, squonking has been around.
Yeah. You know what? But this is the longest it's held its ground.
And it's the most popular I've ever seen it. I mean, it'll come and go. Most of the time, it's people that are on the higher end of mods are super into squonking. But now it's everyone. Everyone is super into squonking. So.
It's because it's the ease of it. Because the simple fact that when squonking first came out the first round, not everybody was builders. You know, in the vaping, it was still new. True. And then you got people are like, oh man, I'd like to have the ease of maybe a drip in and stuff, but then you have the easy dripper. You're like, oh, I would love to sit there and have this in a, you know, oh, there was squonks. So they, it's just like jeans.
Yeah.
Jeggings are coming back.
They are.
Well, jeggings. Not jeggings, the Jinkos. I got it mixed up. Sorry.
Jeggings are coming back too. So
no, jeggings never went away.
I'll tell you,
tights now, or
I'll tell you, KBN, if you've never been convinced on squonking, there's nothing on the market right now that's going to change your mind, in my opinion. I've tried a lot of different things. I'm a mech mod guy, and they have tons of right now. It's like the renaissance of mech squonk, and there's just nothing out there that I would say is worth getting.
Well, the way that KBN vapes, I can see why he's not into squonking. KBN is 80 watts, his own regulated, his own build, and he can't get that with the build that he does with the squonk. Well, I don't know. They have to get a dual squonk in order to get that 80 watts and have it regulated.
They have some high watt. They have some really nice high watt. If you're into regulated mods,
yeah, he needs regulated.
But I don't know. I'm just, for what I want to do. The one that I bought Panda from Rig, the mechanical one, we burnt that fucker out because I had the wire and it just stopped working. So I sent it back to Rig. I know, me too. So I sent it back to Rig. They're gonna fix it, but it's just not ever gonna be. It's never gonna be.
What, a month?
Not even a month. Not even a month.
Fuck,
and so she went and we started looking around, and I found a couple different ones that I was interested in. The 5281 one, the one that All Day Vape is talking about right now. The people who make the Goon, they have a dual battery squonk that's mechanical. It looks really nice. But then I also saw the one from Dot Mod, and it just looks really clean. It's for Panda at least. I thought that would be so nice to get, and so we got it for her. And it's perfect. I mean, it's really nice looking and very satiny, and it doesn't have that voltage drop problem that we were having with the Rig one. The Rig one was a fucking nightmare. So
and I think squonking's hit or miss. It's either you hate it or you love it, or you appreciate it. See, me, I'm not a squonker. I don't like squonking. It's because I don't like single battery life. I mean, and I don't like building low. I like
building low.
Yeah,
so.
I don't like building low too. And that's why I think it's mech mods. I'm like, if I'm going to get a mech mod, I'm going to get a stack.
I don't believe in building low.
I'm getting this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
I don't mind single batteries because I have so many fucking batteries I have this really nifty little battery thing. It's like a little battery holster that I love. And so battery's not an issue for me, but I've never found one that hits as hard as a tube. And I need a tube. I've tried lots of other things. I got to have a tube. It's all about mechanical for me. So.
Word up.
Yeah, the square bottle, and I'll tell you what, Joshua Babb said he liked the square bottle and the dot mod squonker. It is so nice. It's like it's that material. It's so soft. Mm-hmm. It's the easiest squonking that I've ever seen. Right. It's really nice.
It's not like super soft like a Pulse, but it's not hard plastic either. So it's
like rubbered almost. It's really hard to explain, but it's really nice. Yeah. I like it.
I like it that it won't collapse in on itself. You know, like sometimes like a circle bottle will. Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with JFM that dual batteries regulated squonks are what most people are going to have the best experience on.
Yep.
Hey, Zach Johnson's calling you out, Yeti. Yeti got an attitude tonight. Welcome to Yeti.
Wow.
Have we not met?
Hey, this is what happens when you wake up Yeti from his nap.
Clean. You're a man after my own heart. Silicone. That's what it is, Joshua Babb. It is a silicone bottle. Mm-hmm. It's nice. I really like it.
Feels like latex.
It does feel like latex. It's really smooth and soft. Speaking of regulated mods, if anybody's in the market for a cheap regulated mod, I have been having a lot of fun with this little iJoy Captain 2700. It's a dual 2700. I've had these batteries in here for 3 days, and I use it every day. Not exclusively, but I use it at 160 watts. Used it for 3 days with a 0.2 build in it, and it's just now getting to where I probably should change the batteries. I like this little thing. It's not bad. I'm not big on regulated mods. You guys know that, but this feels nice. It's got a good heft, and yeah, it looks nice. And it's got 2700s, so. Oh, yeah. So yeah.
Any new mods Addies people are excited about? There's a lot of things that excite you, but it just all depends on.
There's a ton of stuff right now that I want. That stuff that's older that I want. There's new stuff that I want. I want to get the new. I want to try the what is it? The single coil Dead Rabbit, the SQ, the Squonk one. I want to try that.
How do you like that?
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I actually do.
Yeah,
I hate 22 millimeter, but since it's for my squonker, you know, it's not like I use it a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I love how it squonks. I think that's one of its saving graces.
Yeah,
plus you can do mouth to lung on it also.
Excellent. I've heard a lot of really good things about it, so that's good. I'm looking forward to that. I still want to get the freaking mesh, just to put crazy builds in. I really want to get that, so I'm looking at that right now. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I want.
Just use a cotton in it that will not collapse.
Well, I'm not going to actually use it with the mesh, I don't think. I think I'm going to use it, just put big old fat staple coils and shit. I definitely will try it once, yeah. KBN, so I have the triple 2700 iJoy Captain mod. I would not recommend it. I have a review that's coming up this week on that mod. My opinion, it is not built well. It is. The only saving grace is that it's cheap and it comes with 3 2700 battery cells. But one of the cells that came with mine was totally dead from the go. Like totally dead. It will not charge. It does not. It's dead. It's a totally dead cell.
That's
so
fucked up.
So, man.
30 seconds to go. Eagles up by 8.
Travis, I did want to tell you, have a little discussion with you. The Dead Rabbit. Okay. I remember you guys were having less than favorable thoughts on the Dead Rabbit, correct?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, the new caps, it's a whole different RDA.
Because they take away that little lip, right?
Yeah.
It kind of blocks the airflow.
It goes straight to the coil.
That was always my only complaint with them. Is that
one that's got, like the old mutation style airflow, and then you got one, with the cyclonic.
The goon style.
Goon 1.5.
Yep.
It's made it a great RDA now. I love it now.
That was always my only complaint. was that it's that restricted airflow, and the way that the airflow hits the coils, I'm not getting good flavor on it. And so, yeah, I would definitely would be willing to try it, because the Rabbit has a great deck for building. It does have one of the best decks for building on the market right now. So,
and the caps are only like, I think they're like $15, $14. They're cheap.
Yeah,
they're really cheap.
I'll have to get some. I will have to get some.
It's just a shame that they didn't offer like a set for the Rabbit like that to have the 3 caps.
What they should have done is see the Priest, this one only comes in copper. The one with that hole. And this one only comes in brass with that hole. They should have made them to where you can get,
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I only want copper, and I want the cyclonic. So
exactly, and the only way you can get the cyclonic is in brass.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
All my mods that I use now are copper. I only am using copper lately. So, okay, well, whatever. I'll use the fucking one with the other airflow. It doesn't matter to me that much, So I wanted to mention one thing before we get into anything else, is that so I showed my little battery holder, and it made me think of if you're looking for a 2700 battery holder, you go to Westin Liquid's website right now, and he has the nicest 2700 battery holders. Hard plastic. They're not these little rubbery fucking silicone jobs.
He's got 4, and he's got also a 2, and he's got the magnets on the caps. It's really nice.
They're so nice, and they got great colors.
Yeah,
I really recommend you guys go and check them out. And while you're there, pick up some e-liquid, because he's got some great e-liquid as well. Shit like chain oil and Batwing and all that stuff. So Twisted Throttle, there you go.
Yeah, and those battery cases are really cheap too.
Yep, they're the real deal too. They're so nice. So. I just wanted to throw that out there. I told Weston I was going to talk about it too. Not that he put me up to it, but I wanted to talk about it.
No, it's hard to find. We're all about safety and stuff, and when a lot of people don't like the silicone cases and stuff like that. So why not sit there and push a company that actually, is actually doing something?
He's doing things that a vapor would want. You know what I mean? It's not just like. Because he's a vapor, exactly. And when I found this thing, and this thing has some major flaws, is that it's an open face battery holder. So the reason why I like the hard plastic one is I can just throw it in my briefcase, and it can bounce around. It's not a big deal. But if this was to hit a pin or something, it could scratch that open, and before you know it, I got a hard short going on. So.
Pats lose the Super Bowl. Fuck Tim Brady. His days are over. The son of a bitch.
I don't really care either way. I am kind of, I gotta be honest, I am kind of sick of the Pats winning fucking so much, but whatever. Yet he fucking disconnects all of a sudden. Import Man 707, what's happening, buddy? So what have you guys been vaping this week?
Some new RDAs.
What do you got?
I got the nudges.
So that's another RDA that I'm really excited about, and I have on the way right now.
22. I'm gonna get the 22 in the mint green, like the kind of like the little green color. It's not really like an emerald, but it's not really a lime, so it's like.
I want the red one. I actually ordered the red one, so.
And then I got the VLS. I keep on want to call it the VSL.
The VLS.
The VLS.
The VLS.
Excellent.
It's actually really, really nice.
Is that glass?
No, it's actually like a plastic.
Weird.
It's really nice. It doesn't get really hot. I mean, just vaping at a constant, like, back to back, it gets a little warm, but I'm really liking the flavor on it. It's a more of a tighter draw. So if you like a really open airflow, it wouldn't be for you.
I'm all about that open airflow.
But the cool thing about it is I think because it's tighter over here because of the 5 holes. But if you turn it sideways when it has verticals, because you can tube verticals or horizontals in this, easy. It opens the airflow. Because the way that you turn the cap and it takes it away from that center thing that you have to go through.
The tightest airflow that I'm comfortable with is probably like something like the Aleolus which is not exactly what I would call wide open, like crazy airflow, but it's not restrictive at all. Like I don't ever feel restricted by it. It's just not as big as something like the Doge or something, you know what I mean? Or like the fucking Lucid, which in my opinion right now is the king of fucking airflow.
Yeah, I have horizontals in. Actually, I can show you a picture. I took pictures. I do that from time to time.
Of your coils, and you didn't send them in for the show?
Oh.
Wow.
Well, they weren't mine. They weren't my coils. They're the ones that came with it.
So?
I usually like to try. Well, here. There you go.
There's Dicky's entry. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's, and you can put verticals in. They'll go on the opposite side.
Yep.
Right here. And then there's a big juice well down in the center, which is really, really.
I like using the coil when I do a review, especially. I always use the coils that come with a device because I just want to do it like if you get this thing and you don't have anything else, can you use it? That's nice.
You
I like
see
that.
how it's right in the middle. Now you can keep it as a single coil in there, so you could actually lower it to where it's right onto the coil. And I think people would be happy with it. I think it's easy to put a build in. I didn't find any issues. I was just like, yay, done. But I've been really super excited. It took me a while to get that, because it came from 3F and I ordered it pre-order, and I was sending emails going, it was released on the 24-hour ship, but I didn't get any, information of tracking, like saying it was shipped. It should have been shipped when it went on 24-hour notice. Yep. And they're like, "Oh, we're sorry." I'm like, "No."
Fucking lames. Church, what's happening, brother? I things in the chat right now that I'm just so glad we're talking about is so the Super Bowl gear that's made for like the winning teams, like like where it says like Super Bowl whatever number champion, and then it has the team. They make those beforehand for both teams.
Yep.
So they have thousands of those fucking shirts ready to go. And so the ones who don't win, which is people don't really realize, they do donate those to third world countries and shit. So
that's why you always see like over in Mozambique, you see a 14-year-old kid with an AK-47, wearing a Giants jersey.
Yep.
That's
totally.
why.
Well, I think it's nice that they do that. But then they're having confrontations with us saying, "No, they won. No, we won."
No, honestly, I'm telling you, you guys didn't win.
It's very nice that they do that.
It is really nice. Train Sonic, what's happening, brother? Okay, so what else you been vaping? Sorry to interrupt. I just thought that was so interesting.
Well, because of the simple fact that I got two of the nudges, I actually did like it. I wanted to kind of testers. Besides Mayhem Vapors, E-Liquids, Dawns, and Westons, I haven't been vaping anything much else. Oh, and Lifa, he like screwed me up on lime. I'm not usually a yogurt type of person, and key lime has always been like they either over put sugar it, and it's too sweet. But this was actually a really refreshing vape. Give Lifa some kudos on making a really good palate cleanser for me. I don't think it could be my all-day vape. I know a lot of people like it, but I'm just not a limey girl. The lime or yogurt.
She's a limey girl.
I'm not a lime or yogurt.
She's English.
We didn't know you were British.
I'm not a limey girl. I'm a Sheila though. I heard. That's what it means, female, right?
Hey there, little Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
Look who's fucking decided to join us.
Oh, fuck a head.
Look at his face. Look at that baby face.
Yeah, a little scraggly.
That's a couple days worth.
Yeah.
He looked like Ralph the Mouth when he first did it. This shows my age, a little bit.
Oh, that's so awesome. God, what a great fucking reference.
Oh, he thumbs up too.
It was bad.
Is that right?
Oh.
Robot Man?
Oh.
Whatever you say, Optimus.
Yeah. Transformers go.
Oh, this is so cool. Look at his vape is an S. Oh,
there he is. There he is. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Ralph the Mouse said, "Copyright strike. You used my face."
Yeah, right. So that was a fucking shit show of a Super Bowl, huh?
We were watching.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. It was great. It was a great game. Third quarter, I slept through the whole thing. Woke up fourth quarter, and they were up 41-33, and Brady got sacked and turned over the ball big time.
That old man, I tell you.
So
I watched Justin Timberlake. I just happened to be at the bar when this halftime show was on.
that was mediocre at best too.
Oh, it was terrible. It was actually really not good.
That's what brought all the New Kids on the Block talk.
Yeah, we were having a major New Kids fucking convo before the show.
In KOTB, bitches.
Okay, so anything else? Nothing?
No, not much.
Okay, well, first thing I'm vaping tonight is birthday cake from Kilo Black Series because it is in fact my birthday. Got that on the old Aeolus on the iJoy Captain PD270. And which, everybody was talking in the chat about the 3 battery version of the Captain 2700. Skip it. Just totally skip it. It's a piece of junk. I'm going to be honest. It's a piece of junk. This is the one to get if you want a cheap 2700 regulated mod. I like this thing a lot. And it does 240 watts. Battery life is insane because of the 2700 batteries. It fires all the way down to 0.05, which it doesn't have enough power to power those coils if you're going down that low. But still, at like 0.2, which I have it at right now at 164 watts, this thing chucks. And for the price, I think it's a pretty decent mod. So vaping this, I got this from V Pro City. I think it's pronounced V Procity. They sent out this mod. They sent out the triple battery version and the Jam Monsters, the old school Jam Monsters, for me to try. And, I liked this thing. Everything else was kind of meh. The Jam Monster, I was really surprised that I did not like this shit very much.
For
the price, I think it's a pretty... Who's watching the show? Settle down. Everybody hyped this shit up. I heard so many good things about this. And it's not that good. This one is okay.
That's what I've heard.
The blueberry one is fucking terrible. It's not good. It tastes like sweetener.
I've heard people say that they like the grape, but then some people say they don't like the grape.
Yeah.
Some are hit or miss when they have like a one note that,
well, this one is supposed to be like, you're supposed to be like eating toast. Like, oh, you taste the butter and the toast. And this one, you get a little bit of that effect, but not like what people hype it up to be. This one's okay, but it's still not something I would vape.
Trying to sit there and say we are what we vape. We are what we vape. Do you guys crave anything that you vape in real life though? Like if you're vaping a little.
I'm constantly eating strawberry custard. No, never.
Yeah, always.
Well, look. Okay, you said there's I have to have birthday cake because it's my birthday. Okay, well, what would happen if you were vaping that?
Wedding cake? Oh, I gotta get some for my wedding. This shit, it's just happenstance that I have this on my birthday. This is legitimately a fucking delicious e-liquid. This is one of the best e-liquids that I had of 2016 or 2017, whatever year it was. I think it was 2016 was when this came out. It was one of my favorites. This from the Black Series is to me the highlight. And then the White Series has the Rice Krispie treat, which is also really fucking good. So if you ever have a chance to pick up any of these liquids, the Black Series, it's definitely worth picking up. It's really good. So I've been vaping that. I have Rainbow Road from Vapetasia. It's a cereal vape. I have that in here on my Doge, I think. No, on my Rig V2
with the Aeolus. A lot of cereal vapes.
I hated cereal vapes because to me, I get tons of dish soap flavor from it, right?
It's usually the lemon.
It's the lemon, but Panda loved it so much that she got me to like where I started trying it more and more, and I got past that dish soap, and now I'm like fucking obsessed with cereal flavors. So, and Rainbow Road, from what I've had so far, is one of the best just straight cereal and milk flavors. This shit is fucking good. It is so good. It is so milky and delicious. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then I have my Charlie Noble Siren Song bottle filled with White Girl, and I'm just vaping that on the Lucid and the Dreamer. you know, the Lucid, I love this RDA, but not for flavor. It is such a great RDA. It's fun to vape on. It is really, really fun. It chucks fucking major, but I'm not real impressed with the flavor on it. But yeah, so that's what I'm vaping. You know, a little bit of other stuff for reviews, but like this is what I've been vaping for the most part. And I'm really trying to like Jam Monster Strawberry, but it's hard. It's hard to love. And yeah, just me and my Duke Nukem statue just hanging out and vaping fucking good stuff. Mr. Hessian, how about you, brother?
In all honesty, all week long, I've only been vaping blueberry something
Nothing wrong with
to
that.
try and get sick of it, and I can't.
It's hard to get sick of something that's so fucking good.
This bottle had 10 mils only taken out of it, and I've got maybe about 20 mils left. 1 week, just straight blueberry something. I have not touched anything else.
Get some
And yeah, no, I can't.
Your internet's a little.
Huh?
Your internet's going in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, Windows is updating in the background, and I'm trying to get it to stop, and it won't.
Oh, wow. TC Vapes has got a fucking dissenting opinion on my White Series Rice Krispie treat. That shit is bomb. I will fist fight someone about that. No, not really. It's not for everybody. Panda also didn't like it. It's a really dry Rice Krispie flavor, but I did like it. Sorry to interrupt. I had to fight a war in chat.
What has Yeti been vaping?
What do you think?
Pure
See who
peach.
gets it.
Pure peach.
Strawberry submission.
Strawberry.
And say the other part.
You been
Some of this.
Jungle juice.
Jungle juice.
And I actually broke down, believe it or not, and bought some commercial juice.
What you got?
Bought some of this sour drip stuff. It's not too bad. I kind of like it.
It's like I kind of like it. It's kind of like it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
now see that's the thing. I always like stray away from things that say sour, just because it's like I don't need my eyes twitching when I'm vaping.
it's not like that.
Okay.
It tastes
sour.
Exactly like lemon heads. Like lemon heads, it tastes just like, only it's not quite as sweet, like quite as tart, It's not quite as sour as lemon heads, but the flavor is identical.
Abby Vapes, what's happening? Vaping with Ken, what's happening? Train, so I already said hello to Train. What was I going to say? Oh, shit. Fuck. I totally fucking spaced out on what I was going to say.
Been vaping on some of that, too.
Duck pudding. Hell yeah, that's so good. Yep. I like that shit a lot. That is really good. Oh, yeah, no. So somebody had said that they tried the new Basics line from Glass. I really want to try the blueberry cake one that they have. It's like a blueberry cake with sugar glaze or something. I really want to try that. I'm a big sucker for blueberry cake vapes.
Big Bottle Co. has a blueberry cake.
Oh, yeah? Let's check that out.
They're very affordable.
Oh, yeah, no, I have tried that. That's really good. Actually, really good, yeah.
I'm not into full-on blueberries like a lot of people. Like blueberries, I kind of stray away from. I don't know. There's certain fruits that I don't even like blueberries in real life. It's always because that hit or miss. It's always one's sweet, one's a little, yeah. I
like blueberries and I like raspberries. Those are two berries that people in real life don't necessarily tend to like as much. Raspberries can be really dry, but I do like raspberries. In vaping, not so much, but. Yeah, I want to check out some Mayhem Vapor too. That's very interesting. Responding to a comment from All Day Vape. Yeah, so that's good. Everybody's been vaping. Everybody's been happy. Good weekend. Going back to work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I'm not. I'm getting really busy at work, so it's not as fun as it was for like a couple months. For a couple months, like when school first starts for my job, right around the beginning of school, because I do a lot of work in schools. And so they're just getting their shit together, and like they're not having me come in as much. And so I'm like just kind of in the office a lot more, seeing clients, seeing walk-ins, doing counseling, that kind of stuff. And so that to me is easy work, you know, because you're just sitting at the fucking office all day. When you have to go out and start talking to like 500 kids in an auditorium, that's when shit gets real. And I'm coming up on that time, like in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, that would suck.
It's, you know, I never thought that I never thought that public speaking was going to be like something that it was hard for me. But the first time I went in front of a bunch of like 7th graders, I realized this is fucking not very comfortable to do. I'll talk in front of adults all day, because adults will, even if they hate you, adults will be polite. A seventh grader will be like, fuck you, you suck. Get off the stage.
Well, hey, that's the best people to be in front of, because, you know, you always will learn from that experience. But you ever have, like, you know, when you're standing up on the stage, why is our faces always turned bright red? You ever notice that? Like preachers, things like that. I've noticed, like Baptist preachers, at least mine, their faces would always get beet red, like Hesh's when he gets, like, you know, starts laughing and stuff. Beet red.
Well, I think that a part of it is that they're probably drunk.
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nope. But I just noticed that a lot of public speakers, when, you know, it's blood pressure rise, and it's
definitely. And part of it is that.
It's
hot.
It's like, calm down. You know what I'm saying? Just breathe.
It's so easy to say that.
Yeah.
It's so fucking different to actually be up there.
Yeah.
I've told myself so many times, like, you got this. You've done this literally hundreds of times. Like, you have nothing to worry about. You know the material. You have it down. You know exactly what you're going to say. And you get up there, and it's just like, and it's like kids. Like, who gives a fuck if these teenagers fucking like what I say? I don't care. But
I am my anxiety level, it's not really good. So if you were to sit there and say, oh, well, Nikki, you're on everybody's live show, you know, it's going to be a piece of cake at a convention or something to stand up and give a speech. I'm like, no. No, the words don't come out. You know, at least I can press the exit button and leave. If I get it too embarrassed, you know, you can't just walk off stage real quickly and say, oh, bye.
You know, what's crazy is that it used to be, not so much anymore, because now we have, like, you know, the same like really core group of people who show up every week. I've done less of like reaching out to get, you know, new people on the panel. It's mostly just a hangout for us, for people, you know, that I care about, and like we just have a good time. But like at first, when I first started doing the live show, it was a point of it was a lot of stress in my life, to the point where I almost stopped doing it, because it was like, is it worth doing this fucking stressful show every week? It would be like Sunday would come and I'd be like, I fucking hate this shit. I hate doing this show, because it's like, once I got it going and like we were like 20 or 30 minutes in, you know, I would relax. We'd start having fun. But like just that hours leading up to that, I was just miserable, absolutely miserable. And so now
we were also dealing with fucking Google Hangouts at the time.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, Abby Babes makes a good point. YouTubers are some of the most introverted people I know. That's so true, because it's easy for me to sit in front of a camera. Even like at first it wasn't, because it's awkward to talk to yourself. Basically, is what you're doing, talking to imaginary people. Or also knowing that people are gonna watch the video that you put up. That can be a point of big stress as well. But that's still easier. Like I've made peace with that. That's still so much easier than like having to do it live or do it in front of people directly. Like even right now, these people that are on chat, to me, I know they're real people, but I can just kind of like put it off that it's just text. This is just text. It's not people. It's just text. You know what I mean?
Once I've gone to a convention, it was all downhill after that, because I'm like, oh my God, these people actually exist. And these people there's actually people that don't even chat in your chat that watch you.
Yep.
And that's the creepiest part, is that, okay, well, wait a minute, I don't even know you. And like, well, I watch you all the time. And I'm like, username, please put it across your forehead, you know, because that way I can, you know, because everybody doesn't use their name.
Last NVE Foxwoods event, I got stopped more for being on live shows than I ever have from comping and everything. And I'm pretty well known in the comp community in New England. Because I try and go to as many comps as possible when it's comp season and everything like that. But man, I was getting stopped by people I didn't even know that drove out from fucking like the Midwest for the convention. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're on Overdose, aren't you?" I'm like,
yeah, it's always weird. It's always weird because there'll be like somebody who watches every week, but they will never interact in chat. They'll never engage in chat. And then like they'll leave a comment on another video or something, and they'll be like, "Oh, I watch every week," and I'm like, I don't recognize the name, and it's like, "Oh, I never interact in chat."
Okay, the thing is too is that a lot of people are on certain mobile devices that will play YouTube, but they will not allow chat. Right. And I see that a lot, and it's usually the older community that they have maybe an older tablet that just does not. They don't update well, the chat. They don't know how to run the chat. A lot of people don't know that there are, you have to kind of scroll up
to
get to the chat. And then you lose the focus on the show because, you're not seeing them because you're chatting in the chat.
A lot of people come, a lot of people I know, and people, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. When I was saying that, like, this was stressful and I hated the show, that was just because I was getting used to the idea. I am a very introverted person. You know what I mean? And I don't have a giant circle of people that I interact with all the time because my job is literally that. And so on my off time, I try not to do that. And so it's not that I'm saying I hate you guys. It was just crazy. You know what I mean?
Well, I watch a lot of people like when they go live, but I sometimes refrain myself from chatting.
Because you're not watching the show.
Well, no, I'm watching the show, but yet I don't want to make anybody lose focus of the show, because when you sit there and have you ever noticed when like somebody comes in that's known, like Abby, I'm going to use her as a reference. She comes in, she would probably get Abby Babes, all over the place, and yet you sit there and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And then you see Nikki B 20 times going up the screen. It's like, guys, it's just
I'm the same way. Like when I watch Yeti and Tommy's show all the time, the No Fucks Vaping, especially. I love that show, and so I will sometimes say hello, but you're right, it totally derails the chat. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Overdoses in the show because you'll notice it, and it's kind of like I don't want people to sit there and but I love to learn. It's like, what are they talking about tonight?
Abby, you've never distracted anyone. You're fine.
Yeah,
100%. It's all good.
No, it's awesome. I see her interacting more with a lot of live shows, and it's great.
No, and I'm not saying that people have to interact. But some people, what I was trying to get to, and I just have my foot in my mouth tonight. Some people come to interact because that's they've made friends with everybody else. You know what I mean? Like I've seen friendships develop in the chat of this show. Yep. Where every week these people get together and they watch the show or they listen or whatever, and they are interacting with each other. They're saying hello, they're talking. And a lot of people have come from this chat and become friends outside of the show where they chat on Messenger and on, Facebook and Instagram and everything. So it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. So
that's how I met Hesh, was through here. I met Yeti through Fresh and Vaporium and stuff, and I didn't even know who you were. You knew Ro before me. I was like, well, wait a minute, who's Overdose?
Yeah, so she used to come on the show all the time.
Yeah,
back in the day.
And I'm like, there's such a big, there are so many YouTubers out there that are in vaping that you can't even touch them all. That's why I sit there and say,
it's crazy.
It doesn't matter if there's 30 reviews of one thing, hey, you're not going to touch everybody.
What you do is you find, and that's what I always tell people, and even if it's not me, that's fine, but you just find someone that has a similar opinion as you and whose personality you like. Yep. And then that's the people you watch the reviews from, because even when I started, I felt like when I started 4 years ago, all right, I've been doing this for 4 years. When I started, I felt like I'm already late to the game because there was already these really big established people. There was, Suck My Mod, Twisted 420, all those guys, all the big guys.
Still around?
Twisted? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's still being a fucking joker. Don't even get me started. But anyways, so So all those guys were around. I felt like I was too late to the game. But then seeing Panda start her channel now, it's like now the competition is crazy fierce because there are literally 1,000 channels at least about vaping.
No, there's more than that.
Exactly. No, and when I was starting, it was like there was maybe 100 channels about vaping, and that felt like overwhelming. Like, how can I ever catch up to these guys? Which I never could, and I never will. But now it's like, holy shit, there are so many vape channels. There's this new kid out who I'd never even heard of until he then made a video about him, and this kid's got like over 100,000 subscribers, and he's a fucking kid. He's like a teenager. I don't even know. I don't even know what his name is. Well, whatever. He's a fucking kid. He's a baby.
Well, he says he's 21.
He's a fucking baby, is what he is. But
he looks like he's 12, but.
And you know what? And go look through Heathen's video stack, and he has a whole video about this kid. And then go watch some of that kid's videos if you want. I started watching one, and I'm like, holy shit! I cannot believe that this is what people are watching. But it's not that our people aren't watching that. It's a bunch of kids watching that, unfortunately. So it's children, every day I see vape channels that have 10,000 subscribers that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
That I've never heard of. Like when Panda showed up, and because she started vaping at a different time than me, she was showing me channels that are huge, that have like 60,000 subscribers that I had literally never heard of. Like Jay Hayes, I had never fucking heard of Jay Hayes. Not once. I'd never seen one of his videos pop up. I had never heard anybody talk about him. And then she shows me, and the dude's got a ton of subscribers. So it's just crazy.
Well, I never even heard of the Batman, that one guy. Batman.
Fogging Out with the Batman. Yeah, he's actually a really good guy.
So, yeah, I haven't even heard of him until like I think he did the Angry Rabbit video.
Yeah.
And stuff, and I was like, go watch him. I'm like, who is this guy? Fogging Out with Batman?
He followed me, and so I thought that, this guy's a new vapor guy. No. And so I went and looked at his channel. He's got way more subscribers than me. I'm like, holy shit. It's just such a big community now. Yeah. And no, I don't consider TC Vapes that you consider 23 to be a kid. TC, you are a youngster, but I don't consider you to be a kid. I have watched several of your videos. It's not the same as this other kid. This other kid is a kid.
Yeah, he acts like a kid.
He acts like a kid. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 23, I actually seem to be a kid because guess what? I have kids that are they'll be 21 this year.
TC's a youngster. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but he's a good guy. So. The Jewel tool. Adam. There was that one kid who did the Jewel video. We all went and fucking that guy was a clown. It's Santos is the guy's name, the guy from the Fogging Out with the Batman. He's a good guy. That guy's a really good guy, and he does some videos in Spanish, which I think is super important. So,
yeah.
All right. Anything half my age as a kid, huh? That's okay.
That's the way I think it. Anything that's like around my kid's age, I think of as a kid because I would treat you just the same way as I would.
Happy early birthday, All Day Vape. 31. That's a big one.
I remember that age.
Yeah, so do I.
I remember that age. But it's nice that the vaping community has like all the way from legal age to all the way to 70, 80-year-old people. And that's where it's not just a youth thing. It's also an older generation. And that's also really cool is that you would have an older person's opinion compared to somebody that's like, 18 years old.
I love that. I love that there's like an older generation of vapors that have their own little community and their own little channels and stuff, which I love. It's just when you get like down to where it's like the barely legals where I start to feel like a little uncomfortable about it. But
you also
if they're legal, they're legal. So
how old were you when you started smoking? That's also the mentality that you have to think is that we started when we were 15. Now think about how old they had been to start smoking, and they would have been smoking. Now at least they're not smoking anymore. Is my mentality. Or they actually, and I'm hoping that they actually didn't just pick up vaping to just pick up vaping.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see some of that, but it is what it is. Giz, what's happening, brother? So Giz sent me the fucking most funniest picture. I don't know if he did it to you guys too. He obviously did it to you guys too.
No. No, he didn't do it to me, but I seen it.
Oh God, it was so great.
Yeah, no, he texted me.
It was
he
me
didn't
too.
just send it to me on Messenger.
He
Asshole
texted me.
Fucking texted me, and he goes, "You won't believe what happened." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "I broke my left ankle." I'm like, "No way."
This one
sends the fucking picture. Now, mind you, I actually look at the ankle first and the finger.
Of course you do.
I'm not even paying attention to it.
Of course
right?
you do.
So then I go back to work, and I'm doing my thing, and I mean to text him back, and then I text him back, and then I look at the picture as I'm texting him back saying, dude, that sucks. And there's the fucking dong. I'm like,
giant cock,
you
man.
fucking son of a bitch.
Big as an arm.
The thing is that at least Hash overlooked it the first time, but then when he was staring at it the second time, how long he was staring at it.
It was so good. It was so good.
No,
it was funny because he did hurt his foot.
Him back. What the fuck? But yet it was right there in front of you.
It was so good. I said, "You crazy motherfucker."
I had to show that to my wife and film it.
I showed it to my son. I said, "Hey, check out my buddy broke his ankle, man, or hurt his ankle." And I'm like, I showed it to my son, and he was like, he's like, "What? I don't see it." And he goes, "Oh my God, Dad!" Yeah, that's right. Okay. Everybody got really uncomfortable that me showing cocks to my son. Sorry. It wasn't mine.
No.
Gotcha.
Hey, yeah, really. I'm open with my kids. I've always have been, saying so. My kids, I never let them think that body parts were, wrong, because once you sit there and tell them, "Oh, those are private parts," then it becomes private.
Well, then they want to show them to everybody.
Exactly. It's like, okay, if you don't think that they're, don't be ashamed of your body.
Dave Foot's stoned as hell. Good for you, Dave. Keep it up. Come to California. That shit's legal now.
Oh my God, my hubby says, "Oh my God, my hubby sent me that and said I got new shoes."
It was such a good fucking picture. It's so hilarious. Oh my God. What are my thoughts on liquid companies selling to big tobacco for big cash? There's always been an element of this community and this industry that is only in it for money. Because anytime you have a new industry that is young with very little regulation, like the marijuana industry is now, or like vaping was 3 or 4 years ago, you have people that are just in it to take advantage of that lack of regulation. And so we've always dealt with that. This isn't new. The fact that they're selling out to big tobacco does not surprise me even a little bit, because we've had these people taking advantage of our community since 2009. And so no big surprise. I say, see you later, keep track of who they are, and just put your money into companies that you can trust.
Can I sit there and play devil's advocate? I'd rather have them actually have good e-liquid than the crappy shit that they're actually putting out.
Yeah, but can we trust these companies that have a known history of adding things to?
But you know what? I don't. I mean, if that company were to sit there and be like, "Hey, this is the way it needs to be made," and still be made to this day, and have it as a contract, I don't see that much wrong with it. But
but there's no way.
Crappy liquids that are produced by.
There's no way that they'll keep those recipes, because the cigarettes that they were selling, they could have just sold us tobacco, right? That in and of itself is very addictive and is what it is. But no, it's not enough for them. They have to add chemicals to it. They have to add this other shit to it. And so I don't trust them. I do not trust that they'll do the right thing,
It's the trust thing to where I could see if the FDA said there will be no more additives to it, that there still always will be the the stabbing in the back. But
I don't trust them. I just don't trust them.
Yeah. But then you don't know which companies are being puppeted by big tobacco either. So
no, and see, there's an example of one that as soon as I saw it where it was being sold, I got really suspicious of the company, and that was KBN said he didn't realize that Space Jam was owned by some subsidiary of a tobacco company. Well, the fact that you saw them in a gas station being sold, that right there is a dead giveaway that they have big money behind them because you cannot produce that much e-liquid to be sold across the country in gas stations, and that takes a lot of money. It just takes a lot of money to produce that much liquid. And every gas station that I've been to, from here all the way to Florida and back, I saw Space Jam the whole way, and so that's a lot of fucking e-liquid.
Well, then you also got to wonder too is that starter devices are also produced by them too. Which makes you concerned too is that the Boulder is actually in the gas stations a lot here in Ohio. They're everywhere.
Yeah, but that's because this is a local company, isn't it? No, that's from Colorado, I think. No, right?
Yeah, we have Boulders in almost
every. Oh, I'm just thinking Boulder because it's in Colorado. Is a city. Boulder is a city in Colorado.
It's nice though that they actually do sell those in the local gas stations because you're more likely to pick up a good, like, oh, what's this thing,
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. There's and also like at places like what's it called? Oh my God, I'm blanking out. It's a pharmacy, not Rite Aid, Walgreens. Mm-hmm. They have a whole line of in the glass bottles of e-liquid, and it's super expensive here in California because of the tobacco taxes. But they also have a 30-watt mod with a little sub-ohm tank, and it's all from the same company. And it's totally. If I was going to buy it, if I was somewhere stuck, I would buy that because it looks close enough to what I vape already. Right. And that's in every fucking Walgreens across the country. So
they also have the pod systems that have Space Jam and
what's the other one called? Oh my God.
Hotwood.
Well, they have pods in Walgreens that have Cosmic Fog.
Yep. Yeah. That's the other one. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, this is coming. It's definitely coming, and that's good. That we have products that I think will actually work for people to get off of smoking, because using things like little enjoys and shit it's never going to do it.
I mean, again, too, if you're ever stuck and you're not near a Walgreens, there's a Walmart everywhere, and Walmart has 80-watt devices with sub-ohm tanks and e-liquid as well.
Yep. And you know what? And I'm going to at some point. It's just I have to wait for it to be on sale because it's so expensive. I want to get all the ones that they have at Walgreens, and the little mod and the little tank, and I want to try all that shit and do a review of it, like an overall like a look at this product line. But I mean, it would cost me several $100s, and I have reached out to that company many times to see if I could get review samples, and they're just not interested. They are not. They don't need people to do reviews of them because they're in every Walgreens cross country. So they don't need any kind of advertising, unfortunately. Yep. Okay. So I don't know if you were here, Ash. We were talking about RDAs and mods that we're excited for right now. You usually have the latest dish on mods that are on the horizon. You got anything that's coming out that you're excited about?
Not really off the top of my head. Taking the last 2 weeks off from kind of really being active, I really put my research and everything and my Instagram game and everything on the back burner 100%. Nothing that I'm crazy excited for. I saw that Comp Life put out 18350 mods.
Wow. And the little minis,
the mini Comp Lives. Now here's the only issue though, is that they're recommending specific Aspire 18350s, and Aspire pulled those 18350s a long time ago.
And people don't realize, I think, that the amp limits on those fucking batteries are like 10.
Yeah,
maximum.
Oh yeah.
So
it's kind of silly. I mean, I can see if they do a stack 18350 kind of deal, it's still going to be, you're still only going to be able to put a single 18650 in that thing. You know what I mean? So what's the point?
Yeah.
But at the same time, everybody else is sold out of even the fucking shit 18350 E-Fests and stuff like that.
I think that when people think of Comp Life, they're not thinking of what you would have to build for that mod would be like close to an ohm.
1 ohm, Right.
to be safe.
Ultimately, it's a mouth to lung sleeper fucking mech mod.
And it's
something with extremely restricted airflow, single coil, and I'm not a huge fan of the idea of it all. But there are a couple of companies. I saw Big Lou put out a review. Again, the Russian market, the Greek market, they're all fucking killing the mech game.
The Blade of God from Russia right now is dope, and still the El Thunder and El Thunder Light
is amazing, man.
The El Thunder is my next mod, 100%. El Thunder. I have
a buddy who's got 5 of them right now, and he goes, dude, they're honestly he's done the whole gamut with me. We're going for Avid Life sponsorship together. We were going for Comp Life sponsorships together. We've owned every high-end and comp style mech mod through and through, and he has bought every El Thunder that has come out.
Yep, they have some nice ones too.
He goes, it's my favorite mod. I cannot get enough of these things.
I knew as soon as I saw the first El Thunder on Instagram, I knew that's the mod. That's the mod to get right now. And they have it, and right now, honestly, yeah, if you're looking for a mech mod, you go to what the fuck's the name of that site where they have them? We can just search El Thunder American distributor. There's a website that has them. Yep. They have an El Thunder Light that right now is on sale on that site, and it's $50. Yep. Normally $90, $50 right now. But for $130, you can get one of the brass or copper El Thunders. And
which is still in a perfect fucking price range, because I mean, 130 is ultimately like my ultimate cap.
Yep.
For getting a good mech now,
Agreed.
I mean, I'm not going to sit there and spend $250, $300 like I used to, because I know that, hey, if I want a Comp Life, I'll just wait till Black Friday and pick up a full setup.
Oh, that's so fucking nice.
$130.
That's so nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to go out and spend $240 on a custom Galaxy TVL ever again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And speaking of like high-end mods, there is one thing that I would say if you're looking to spend a lot of money right now. They have a new version of the Able, and it's called like the Retirement Continues series, where like they're retiring the Able, but they're releasing some new versions of it. And so you get over to Instagram, and you can check out what's his name, Hutchinson, right? Is that who it is?
Well, no. Eric is no longer part of Avid Life.
Okay, so you just look up the Avid Life. I saw it somewhere on Instagram. Yeah. It must have been the Avid Life.
Yeah, it's on the Avid Life, the actual Avid Life regular. So they're putting out slightly different versions of the Able. Like they have the full straight style Able. That's kind of, I call it the Able V2, where it's knurled all the way up. You know what I mean? And it's a flat as opposed to that beveled edge.
Yep.
And I mean, they're doing their thing still, but again, I don't see where. Yeah, exactly, right there.
There it is. Yeah.
I don't see why they need to be charging over $200 and something for it.
It's for name brand recognition. That's 100% what it is.
I get it when Eric puts out a new mod under his HDNE company that's out now.
Yeah.
That he's charging $250 for, because he's doing limited runs under 500 pieces. Yep. So the cost of his machining is that much more because he's only doing a 500 run, So I get that aspect of it.
Yep.
But when you're a major manufacturer and you're putting out thousands and thousands and thousands like the Able, that should have been a fucking $130 mod.
They would have, I've always thought that the modern Able should have been a $150 mod.
Yeah.
Max. And because I think there's a market for it. People want Ables. And but it's out of reach. So okay, so Clean just said he spent $135 on an RDA. What the fuck did you buy for $135? A titanium goon, maybe?
Haku.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
I built several of those in Dallas. Every time this guy kept bringing them up, I was like, this dude had to have been fucking loaded.
Well, yeah.
He kept bringing up the Haku, and what was that other the M-Addy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, this dude was just fucking loaded, man. I think he bought 3 M-Addies and 2 Hakus that weekend.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Takes all kinds.
It's like
$60 is my limit for RDAs. I don't like to spend more than $60. That's even that is like, it feels really hard. Well, it's harder for me to spend over 60 on an RDA than it would to be spend over 200 for a mod. Because for a mod, I feel like there's a lot more machining that goes into this. There's a lot more like design that goes into this. I can use this. I will use this longer than I will use a single RDA. A single RDA, I'll either get tired of it unless it's something like the Goon, which is timeless. I'll either get tired of it or I will break it. Like one of the posts is going to break, one of the screws is going to break, like something in that is going to fail. And a good quality $200 mech mod, the right mech mod, not all of them obviously, but the right one, nothing is going to break that's not fixable. Like I will always be able to repair that mod, replace springs, replace magnets, do whatever I gotta do. The mod's going to continue to run. The only exception to that rule is that I have my Manhattan V2 authentic, that the 510 threading on the actual top cap is totally fucking busted. And so I don't know how to get that fixed. It's just a little fucking piece of metal that has 510 threading inside of it. I don't know. I need to get that rethreaded because I love that mod and it's totally unusable, unfortunately.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks. It really, really sucks.
Yeah, I normally have the same rule that I won't spend over $60 for an RDA, and even then, I don't do it freely, But I had to break down and get the Colbert.
You got it, huh?
Yeah, I had to get it. So I broke my own rule.
Okay, let's go ahead and look at some coils. It's already after 8. I got other stuff I want to do because it's my birthday. So I got other shit I want to do tonight. But I want to look at some coils with you guys. We'll have any last thoughts that you guys might have. But I want to continue this conversation next week. I think there's a lot of traction in talking about. I could talk about mods and RDAs all day. So, all right, especially expensive ones, and let's tear them apart. But until then, let's look at some coils. I have some coils from Yeti. I got some coils from All Day Vape, and I got some coils from. I think that's it actually. No, and from my boy. Who the hell was it that sent me coils? Oh God, it was. I'll just have to see it when I get in there. I forget. Okay, desktop. Boom. Let's get out of there. Okay. Zach Johnson, that's who it was. Okay, Zach Johnson. But we're going to start with, we'll start with Tyler. That's All Day Vape. I'm going to start with him. He's got a really interesting build. Here's his wick shot.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
it's
cool.
Really, really interesting build. I really liked it. Yeah.
I like that.
It's a cool wick shot, too. I'm all about spaced Claptons lately. I'm really, really into them. So when I saw this, I think this is really awesome. So that's the wick shot. Here's a side shot of it. A non-traditional.
That's cool though. It deadens up the space that's in there.
Definitely, yeah.
A lot of space in that rabbit.
Yeah.
Rabbit, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a flavorful build.
Because the airflow is all the way up at the top anyway. So.
Yeah. I gotta get some of those new caps for the fucking rabbit. Now it's like all I can think about is getting new caps for rabbit.
You got to, man.
So yeah, I mean that's a really cool build. And so good job, ADV. We love it. And then we will move on. We move on to Zach Johnson. He sent it's a Clapton in parallel with 22 gauge. He's always got these giant RDAs, and this is a 30 millimeter Plumevel.
Nice.
He's all about them big RDAs. Zach Johnson.
I like them too.
I'm not big on them. I'm still, I'm old school. I like 22 millimeter RDAs still. So.
Look,
I don't need magic wands and shit like Yeti. Fucking baseball bats with an RDA on top. Exactly. Like Paul Hessian. Okay, and this is one that he sent before, but we never got a chance to look at. It's a similar build. It's a Clapton in parallel with round wire, which is my go-to build. This is what I always build. Is Claptons in parallel with something.
Yeah,
it's just a great build. Totally great build. Okay,
Hey,
and
did Richard send you a coil earlier this week?
I don't think so. Did he say that he did?
Yeah.
I will have to dig around and look see if I can find it. Would it be on my Messenger? Can you ask him if it's on Messenger or in? Because I can't see chat right now.
it's probably in Hangouts.
This is Yeti's uncle. Beautiful. Oh, you got your post bending, just like Travis. You've been in your fucking posts.
Yeah, I think if you look at the one on the left, I believe has a massive crack running through
It
it.
does right here next to the screw. Yeah.
Yep. I
For
couldn't
sure.
tell you. I couldn't tell you how many of those I've broke.
He said
I
Facebook.
don't. Facebook. Okay, I'll dig it up. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I love this picture so much. Oh my god. You got a lot of shit going on in there, my friend.
Not really. It's just huh?
It's crazy.
It's just a staggered fuse, but I put instead of staples, I just put a vertebrae on the inside.
It looks like an H.R. Geiger, like alien, like where it's like this outer shell with a bunch of fucking living shit happening inside of it. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. I love it though. It's awesome.
Biomech.
Totally biomechanical, definitely. And this is awesome. So you call it? That's called a hybrid, right?
Yeah.
Because it's got two different kinds of wire.
Alien hybrid with the Mohawk.
It's awesome.
Arm.
Gorgeous. So are you doing the Coil Wars thing, Yeti, or what?
He missed it.
Missed it.
He just fucking missed it.
I didn't really think that Yeti would. I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's something you'd be really into.
No. I wouldn't have made it to the first round anyway.
Ah, you're so full of shit. Come on. Give yourself some credit there, bud. Beautiful. I love that's very unique and awesome.
That's awesome. That's
really awesome.
So Yeti, that's like. Remember how I was saying I need to get in touch with you about the build that I wanted to do in the beginner class? That's exactly what I was fucking thinking.
Oh, really?
Yep.
For the beginner class?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beginner build.
I was gonna go all out and put a.
I would say it is.
That's exactly what I was thinking, man.
You really can't even see this one until that last coil where it starts gapping up on me.
Yeah, you got the alien with the
Suka wrapped, yeah.
Suka wrap around it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's craziness.
Yeah, I love that it starts to fucking kind of come open towards the end of the coil. I love that. It's awesome.
That's
Also
got to be a Suka that's actually kind of vapable then.
Vapable, yeah. It looks also biomechanical. Again, it looks alive. All right. Okay, so that's all the coils for tonight. I'm going to look up real quick while we talk. I'm going to see if I can find the coils from West and get those up as well. Let me unshare this screen real quick. Boom. Okay, so we're back. And I'm going to look for that coil shot from West.
On Tuesday.
Okay. I will take his word for it.
Yeah, so it should be right there in the messenger.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Busy week.
Oh, yeah. No, because he sent me pictures for sure. Yeah, he sent me a bunch of pictures. Oh, my God. I totally remember it now because we were talking. He sent me a ton of pictures. And I was like, oh, it's so glad to have you back in the rotation. And I totally fucking did not download the pictures. What an asshole.
Smooth move, jackass.
Yeah, but so everybody just hold on. I'm going to get these downloaded, and we will take a look at them because they are definitely worth taking a look at. I got to say, man, Wes, his fucking coil game is like on another level. He is just fucking blowing it out of the water lately. A couple of the guys from the group and from our community, West and Juan and Freddie, those guys, man, they're just like in leaps and bounds. These guys are growing better and better every single day. So excellent.
Hell yeah.
These ones are amazing too. I can't wait to show you guys.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. They totally would have put fucking Freddie in master class.
Freddie is amazing. I mean, he's absolutely amazing. I never see that guy put up a build that I'm not totally impressed with. So, and in Wes, honestly, in Wes lately, everything that I see from Wes, I'm so impressed with it. All those guys, Juan, all those guys. I'm just so impressed with what they do. And Yeti, obviously, too. But Yeti is so humble. You can't even compliment him without him, like, bending over backwards to insult himself.
I'm not humble. I'm just honest.
Oh, my God. Get off the cross. Jesus needs it back.
Oh.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen again. Here we go. Boom, bam. And where the frack are they?
More halfies, huh?
His 3D printing skills are phenomenal now, too.
Yeah, Rich has been putting out some awesome halfies.
So these are the battery holders that I was talking about earlier, the 2700 battery holders. Yep. I love them. I love that they're individual tubes, like in one block instead of like just like an open thing where you throw your batteries in. They're just amazing. These are so fucking perfect with the little magnets holding them together.
They thought about safety too, because say that you did like scuff a battery and stuff like that, and had it, in the packet, it's protected.
Yep.
Really nice.
Awesome. This is the best battery holder design I've ever seen. I'm not just talking shit. This is honestly, it doesn't get any better.
You have some 18650s of those too, please? Or I guess you can put 18650s in there too.
They'd rattle around a little bit, but
yeah.
So here's the first one of the Wes sent over. I mean, they're a little bit blurry just because he sent them to me on Messenger, and I just downloaded them real quick, and so they're not going to be the highest fidelity, but obviously the brilliance shines through.
It needs to just make a full pitchfork instead of doing halfies.
It's never good enough for Yeti. This is such a great picture. I would fucking hang that on my wall. Honestly, I think that's just so amazing. What a great picture. Where do we go? So what we got here? How am I missing it? Oh, here we go. Here's one. Nice little mohawk picture. That's a great picture, too. What an awesome picture. And another one. What is that one called?
Interlocked Alien.
Okay. Awesome. I know there's a couple more here that I'm just missing. Oh, here's one. That's an awesome picture, too.
Yeah.
Taking a bubble bath.
I always love the little bubbly pictures. I don't know why. Something very aesthetically pleasing about that. All right.
So cleansing.
Very cleansing.
It makes me feel clean.
That's still Yeti. Okay. And I guess that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you, Wes, for sending it out. I'm so glad that you reminded Nikki so that I could put him back up. Yeah. You guys just got to remind me. I have not the best memory in the world. So, yeah. I'm old. I'm a legit old man today. 30 goddamn 7.
Just wait. 3 more years.
I know. I'll never make it. I'll never make it.
Yeah, you will.
All right. Well, that's about it for the show tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh my God, Juan sent me pictures too. It'll just have to be next week, Juan. I'm so sorry, man. I totally fucked up on that. But I will get them up there for us. And you know what? And pretty soon we'll do a retrospective because I have I save all these coil pictures. I don't just delete them or anything. So I have like tons and tons and tons of pictures. Like at the end of last year, we showed a bunch of the best coils from the last few months. And so here, in the next month or so, I'll get together a retrospective of what we've seen over the last few months, and we'll do a big showcase on them. So keep sending them in. I love seeing everybody's coils. I think it's just amazing how far we've come. I remember when fucking Clapton's was like the new hotness. So it's just so cool to see.
And
all
nobody
this.
knew how to make them.
No, definitely not. No.
Or you can go back and watch Rip Trippers, and he's using fucking guitar string.
That's why they called them Claptons.
No, but he was using actual guitar string.
I know. Because
nickel
he didn't
bronze guitar string.
Because he just didn't know because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
But I remember when this is like we're talking crazy shit now. But I remember when Clapton's, you didn't keep the core in. You would decore them because you would actually fucking wrap it around a piece of guitar string, decore it, and then use the fucking tube to make a coil. Like I remember seeing people do Clapton's like that. And so, I would never do it like that. But people, I used to see people doing that. So people trying to figure out other people's coils used to be interesting. But then but then after the Alien came out and he broke down exactly how to make the Alien, it kind of changed the way people, and I actually like it more now that people are way more open with what they're doing, because that's what our community is based on. We should be sharing this knowledge with each other, not like hiding it from each other.
That's the thing is that nowadays, it's nothing to find out a secret or a trick or a technique. I mean, it's you just say the word and they're so willing to share.
Yeah, which they should. And then speaking of Twisted 420. So I don't watch him anymore, but Panda was watching one of his videos, and I guess he does some wicking trick now where he has some ways that he wicks, but he fucking hides it from the camera and won't share this wicking secret with him. And I'm like, that just like shows so much about him. They're like, literally, we have people like Blue Eyed Goon saying like, here's how to make an alien, and he's like, oh, I won't share how to wick.
What could he possibly be doing?
Nothing. But
I know what it is. It's cotton threads because all you have to do is sit there and put the little plastic.
It's just hilarious. I mean, that just goes to show some people are.
I just think they're easy wicking tools for people that have like vision problems.
I think that there's something really, really to be said for those things. I remember Panda has some that are called unicorn tails.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's the same idea. It's just one of those little shoelace fucking things on it.
We have a lot of people that have vision problems. Our friend, everybody knows Voop with me, Bionic Vapes.
Yeah.
He has he's legally blind, but he still builds. He builds, but to getting the cotton in is the hardest part.
Can be a nightmare, yeah.
So there was like a tool that what was it, Dean? Another maker sit there and put like a little piece of like a thick wire on a pin where he could actually poke it through the hole and kind of like lace it through.
Yeah.
But that's a really cool concept for people that have vision problems and need help with wicking. But that concept that the unicorn tails and cotton threads and stuff like that came out with has maybe helped the older generation or the people that are very.
I think it's not even that. I think there's a lot of people just don't know how to wick because you're either putting too much in, you're putting too little in, you don't know how much to leave out, you don't know if you have it too tight. I think if you can take the fucking, just make it so that anyone can do it without thinking. To take any kind of you don't have to have any previous knowledge. I think anytime we can do that for vaping, it's a win. Yeah. Pre-made coils, I think are a win. I think that the pre-made wicks are a win. I thought cotton bacon was like, hey, we're making it real easy on people. But there's no little wicking things. I think it can only help. And if you don't need them, you don't have to use them. I've seen people like making fun of them and shit, but I think it's amazing. Anytime we can help somebody to get a good vape, I think we're definitely helping the community. So I love them. I think they're awesome. Yeah. But you can also make your own. If you have those little plastic things that go, I've done it because we took the unicorn tails or unicorn wicks, and I was using them and stuff and just checking them out. And I'm like, I wonder if I could just take my own because you take off the plastic things, obviously. I'm like, I wonder if I can just reuse those. And so I just took a piece of cotton bacon, twisted it on the ends, and those things slide right over, and you can just reuse them. So you can make your own too.
Okay. That'd be really nice to be able to sit there and actually have like a little device, like maybe like 3D printed or something like that, you know, to where you can just stick, you know, thread it through up here instead of having to focus down there and then
just pull it through.
Yeah.
I saw it, you know, I think it must have been the thing you were talking about. I remember there used to be something that was like that, where you could just, you guided a piece of wire through and it just, the cotton came through it.
Took a wire, you know, really thick gauge wire, kind of went like this, attached it to like a pin, wrapped it tight, and then he was able to put it through, put the tail in. It was kind of like a needle, you know.
Yeah, just making a hook.
Yeah.
Who farted?
Hessian.
Nope.
I can smell it from here. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, it was me.
No, that's the smell of shame from the Patriots wafting from fucking Minnesota.
That's true. Okay, so cotton cleaning device to reuse cotton, especially if it's not damaged, patent pending. I don't know. A lot of flavor stays in that cotton, my friend. Anyways, okay, so 90 gauge. Yeti, you crazy guy.
90 gauge aliens, Yeti. I'm waiting, bro.
Yeah, I need 6 sets.
I don't want to know if I could actually reuse my cotton, you know. No.
Just rinse it out and air dry it.
Nope.
Put in one of those ultrasonic cleaners.
Well, I mean, you can clean your cotton out when you have like OCC coils and stuff like that. You can put it in some, but you know what? It's gonna flatten it. The fibers ain't gonna be as fluffy. You know, no.
Cotton is not. I mean, I think at least for me, cotton is not like one of the biggest hurdles that I have financially. Fucking wire is beginning to become expensive. I can only imagine for you, Yeti. It was fucking nuts.
I got a wholesale account.
Oh, that's good. Awesome. Only way to do it if you're building that many.
Mudgy proof. Gizzard says mudgy proof.
Mudgy proof. This device would fully clean the cotton. Okay.
Is he talking about your dog? Mudgy proof?
Mudgy's not in here.
I don't know.
Mudgy's asleep and growling in the living room. She's growling in her sleep. Oh, you should have seen it. Well, sorry, you're trying to end it. I'm sorry.
No, what?
Well, y'all know how big Mudgy is, right? She's like, you know, gargantuan.
Yep, it's a big one.
Well, yesterday, I opened the door. I was going to see how cold it was because the dogs needed to go outside, and there was this fucking huge dog. It looked like a Saint Bernard. It was fucking gargantuan, and he was all white, but he was just right outside the door, like, you know, like right by our steps. And I just barely had the door open, and you would have thought Mudgy was on. She was determined to kill that dog. She was going to eat his ass. And what's funny is that dog took off. He hauled ass. He got the fuck out of here. You know, she didn't even come up to the underside of his belly. That's how big this dog was.
Jesus Christ! It's not the size of the dog of the fight. It's the size of the dog of the fight and the dog. That's all right there.
Yeah.
Oh, who farted?
She got her bluff in.
Mudgy poof.
Who farted? Mudgy poof.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody, good night. I hope you guys all have a great week coming up, and we'll see you next Sunday. Stay tuned for the channel for regular review content during the week, as well as At Home with Panda Notes Vapes. We'll be back on the Overdose Vapes channel this week, so take a look at that. If you're looking for some to watch right now, you can go to Panda Vapes channel and watch last week's episode. What else? Go check out Vaping with Nikki B on YouTube. Go check out Paul Hessian is what's it called? Hessian Hates You, right?
No.
What's it called?
Paul Subhuman.
Paul Subhuman. It's all on. I have links on the channel. I don't have to remember.
If you want to see me throw a fit, go back to yesterday's show that Nikki did, and about it's definitely within the first 10 minutes. It might have been the first 5 minutes. And find the little square on me, and you can see me throw a fit. Nobody that was watching live saw it, I don't think. I was trying to make some micro Claptons, and it wasn't going too well.
I sat there and kept on asking Yeti, "Are you okay?" He was pissed, like he was frustrated in his chair. I was noticing he was like,
"Yeah, I threw my fucking spool across the room."
Oh, Yeti! At least you didn't shoot it.
No, my gun was locked up. So
Hessian does hate you, P. Goodwin. No, not really. He loves you. Okay, anyways, yeah, so thank you to all the people on the panel. You guys are great. And thank you to everybody watching, and we'll see you next week.
Happy birthday to you.
Das Vidania, comrades.
"Bye."
I gotta actually turn it off. Hold on a second. Let me get there.
Ready?
Stop stream.